I want you to understand something about slavery in general. If you were to say to me right now, Andrew, you can have slaves, I'd say, okay. You have to house them. You have to feed them. You have to give them medical care to make sure they stay alive. And then you have to somehow get them to work hard at the best of their ability, even though they're not motivated because they're slaves. That sounds very difficult. It sounds expensive. It sounds like a lot of work. It's much easier to just pay these people a very low wage in which they can barely afford their own house, barely afford their own food. So they're still enslaved for a little bit of money, barely afford their own medical care, but they still have to do everything I say. Wage slavery has replaced traditional slavery because it's easier for the elites to keep you a wagee than it is to make you a slave. If they could somehow make you work hard as a slave without you rioting, they would. But instead, they'd rather just use this wage slavery system. Let's make sure the money inflates. Let's make sure everyone's poor. This is why we always talk about making money to escape the matrix. Make sure everybody's broke, and then we'll just make them wagees, because a wagee is just a slave of another kind where we haven't got to worry about actually dealing with their health care, actually giving them a house. We can just give them these few pennies of money we print, and they're still stuck.
Wage slavery is actually an invention, and it's a tale as old as time. It's an invention that was invented the very same day where slavery is abolished in the United States, because slavery obviously is a worldwide problem and it isn't a United States problem, but slavery was abolished in the United States, and the very next day, some very clever, very sinister, and very evil people who wanted to keep people enslaved said, okay, I've got these 40 black people who are my slaves. They are my slaves, they are my property. Now they have nowhere to go, and I still have this big farm to run. Slavery is illegal. So I'll tell you what, Kunta Kinte and family, here's what we're going to do. You can still work here, but we'll pay you. You're not slaves anymore. But because you are free men, and because we're paying you, we're going to charge you for food. Oh, you know that place that you sleep in? You're going to pay us rent. Oh, you want transportation costs? You want, I don't know, whatever, medical care, water? And we're going to start charging you for everything. And at the end of the month, you could save some if you can make it. The economy's tough. Times are difficult. And people kept their exact same slaves on their exact same plantations for a further 1, sometimes 2 generations with this "we'll pay you, you're not slaves" rhetoric. So it's actually a tale as old as